Hello, everyone, and welcome to issue number 35 of the monthly dive into the Longbox. I am Gabe here, joined by Jocelyn, as usual, and we got a fun one lined up for you here on this one. We're going to be talking about some comics that need some trade paperbacks, which we learned while doing research. There are a lot of books that have trade paperbacks that we did not know. But we did get some lists here for you, for some books that we would like to see get collected in some sort of way in the future. But before we get into that, let's look at our poll list. Some things we've been reading here recently. Has there been anything that you've been reading the past month? We haven't talked since the day after Christmas. It's been over a month since we last discussed things about comics.
I wish I could tell you that I've been reading a lot, but I actually haven't because
Understandably.
I've been so busy. I've been so busy with moving into the new house and all that, so I haven't really read a whole lot, but I'm planning to catch up on my reading, like, starting next month.
Yeah.
But I haven't really had the chance.
I haven't been doing any, like, reading just to read, only because my pull list is currently taken up by all the Ultimate books. Age of Revelation just ended, so I was reading a lot of that. I actually liked Age of Revelation. I thought it was a good series for X-Men. Nice little story. But I've been doing a lot of reviews for people that don't know for Comic Book Click. Just to give you a quick rundown of what I've reviewed since our last podcast. Are you ready for this?
Yes, absolutely.
You can go read my reviews of these titles. I reviewed Void Rivals, number 25, by Robert Kirkman. I've reviewed Justice League Unlimited, number 14, which is actually a fun little run. It's with, like, Mr. Terrific and his Terrific 10. And it's, like, all these heroes that were displaced, so they're all, like, the cool 90s heroes. And for some reason, they chose the two of my favorite designs from the 90s of Blue Superman and cool Aquaman with long hair and a hook. So they put them on a team together with Batman Beyond. So I was like, this is great. So I've been reading that. I read Undead Iron Fist, number 4. Didn't like it. I'll say that. Didn't like it. Wasn't my favorite. But we move on. It was a mini. It was only 4 issues, so we move on. Ultimate X-Men number 23 I reviewed, which is always a great read, by Peach Momoko. I've reviewed X-Men, mainline X-Men number 23 and 24. We're out of Age of Revelation. Reviewed that. Dungeons of Doom number 1, which takes place after the whole Doom arc we've had. Of, like, I forgot what it was called, whatever, One World Under Doom. It takes place after that. Bro, read Dungeons of Doom number 1. That's a lot of fucking fun. That's a really good book. Yeah. I didn't think I would like it because I didn't read One World Under Doom. I'm not a big, I don't read a lot of Doom books, but this one was really fucking good. I've reviewed The Darkness number 1 and 2. I've been getting a lot of feedback, actually, about my Darkness review and how much people enjoy them. So that's really cool that people can feel my enthusiasm for the new Darkness run that's going on right now. But issue 2 just came out last week, and I reviewed that, and that one was a lot of fucking fun. So that'll be out hopefully by the time this episode airs. And I've been reviewing Nightwing number 134 and everything before that. So a lot of fun books I've been reviewing, man. You know, of everything I've been assigned or that I've had the choice to review, I've enjoyed it. Whether it's a book I'm a fan of or not, I've enjoyed it thoroughly. So definitely go check out those reviews. You know, it has you'll see the reviews by the little thumbnail. Actually, in the upper right of every thumbnail is the monthly Dive Into the Longbox logo. So that's how you know it's me that did it. A little bit of branding. So if you go to Comic Book Click and you see the thumbnail for a review that has the monthly Dive Into the Longbox logo, that's my review.
Hell yeah.
What I did get, though, I did buy something that I thought was cool. And it's the Secret Files and Origins book from 2003. But it is about the Batman and Superman run I'm a fan of. The Ed McGuinness, Jeff Loeb, Batman and Superman run. Right when this was kicking off. So,
Great stuff.
It's like a little magazine/comic here that just gives you some, like, information of what's to come, the history of the characters, their profiles, so you can learn about the heroes. I have one of Nightwing and one of Kyle Rayner's Green Lantern, so I got to get one for the boys. You know what I mean? A little Batman, Superman, Ed McGuinness art on the cover. Looking real fucking pretty. Got that. In hand, we talked about it on the last show, but I actually have it in hand now. And it is my graded 9.6 Generation X Underground
That's
special.
Right. That's right. Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, man. There's only I think 10 in the world that are logged on when you scan it for CGC. There's only like 10, but the tough thing about this is kind of like there's no one that's selling these, so there's no price point to track like there is with my 9.6 or 9.7 Gambit number 1. Because no one's really selling these. There's 10 of them in the world, but people kind of got them graded just that this is the only one that was for sale. And I didn't pay a lot, so people that have it just want to have it to keep it, which is why I got it. Because, I love me some fucking Jama food. So, yeah, man. Second graded book to my collection. Don't know if I'm going to be getting a lot of graded books, only if I can get them for cheap, really. That's kind of my thing. I don't like to overpay for my shit, so.
You know what it is, Gabe? It's one of those weird books where it's like, it's not super valuable, but it also didn't get like a large print run.
Yeah.
So it kind of falls into like a weird gray area when it comes to like grading, I guess.
Yeah, it does. So, yeah, man, that's what that's been all about. I did get something obscure that I told you about. I did get something obscure. Are you ready to see this?
Yes.
So I was scrolling through the old Reddit machine, right? Sometimes the worst place to go.
Very much so, yeah.
But I found something on there, man. I found an obscure piece of comic book history. So as people know, Marvel was a juggernaut back in the day. You had Marvel Hollywood over in Florida at Hollywood Studios, Universal Studios. They have, of course, Superhero Island, which I've been to multiple times. I fucking love it. I have the comic book merchandise from Superhero Island, including the little collectible pin from the 90s. I love shit like that, like 90s memorabilia of like weird, obscure comic book stuff. So I found out there was a restaurant. So there's restaurants there at, Universal Studios, but there was an actual Marvel restaurant in Hollywood called Marvel Mania. All right, this is it right here, called Marvel Mania Hollywood, right? Let me see if I can pull up a picture. Marvel Mania Hollywood. Right here. This was a restaurant. How fucking cool is this restaurant? How cool is that? It's a peak 90s restaurant design, right?
Yeah, that is really cool.
Of all the cool Marvel characters. So, I never ate there, never been there. It didn't really last too long, if I'm correct. Like Marvel Mania Hollywood, when did it die? I can't find out when it died. But what they sold there, you can obviously get food. So this is the fucking menu. And what's cool is the menu looks like you're reading like a Daily Bugle fucking newspaper.
Yeah, it does.
Which is cool. And look at like the chicken nugget menu. It's got like cool comic art over it. The spice meter with Human Torch. They got nachos and shit. Look at like the Human Torch will tell you how spicy something is, which I think is cool. They got some like pizzas and lasagnas, you know what I'm saying, bro? Some soups and some sides here, but they're all superhero themed. So like for example here, the mutant chicken wings, the champion chicken fingers, bombastic bruschetta, Rainbow Bridge nachos, Gambit's sugarcane shrimp, Sunfire spring rolls. Like these are some of the names. Shang-Chi's Chinese tacos. What else? Is there any other? I'm just if there's any other good ones here. Aunt May's chicken vegetable. Hulk smashed potatoes. Fantastic fries. Yeah, so as you see, it's all superhero themed. Stanwich. Enough said instead of sandwiches, like Stanley.
Fuck yeah.
And look at even before the Ultimates existed, the steak sandwich was called the Ultimate Steak Sandwich. Falcon Burger, Iron Man Burger, like they got lazy here. They just start throwing in names. But
little bit.
They got some fucking skewers you could get. Like they had some good food, right? And look at like the sides, the desserts was like comic panels. Fing Fang Foom Fruit Fajitas. Sinister 6-layer cake. Latvian strawberry shortcake. But don't forget to visit our Marvel Mania store to get your Marvel stuff. So they actually did have merchandise, which I would love to get a t-shirt of Marvel Mania. But what I have coming in the mail to me right now is this fucking menu. I have the Marvel Mania Hollywood fucking menu coming in the mail to me.
No way.
Yes,
No
I do.
way.
I will have this menu in my possession.
Oh my god, you gotta laminate it and put it somewhere.
Bro, I legit. But so I had it watched on eBay, right? It's not expensive. But the dude cut the price down and sent a message to me. And this is what he put in his message. His message said, "Please accept my offer and get this out of my house so my wife stops yelling at me. Please." All she does is yell.
Holy shit.
So he knocked it off 20% and gave it to me for like fucking $16, and then I paid like $5 shipping.
Did you make it count? Oh, you didn't.
Nah, I did. I felt bad for him, so I took the offer. So look at that. I got it coming in for me, man. Look at this. Look how awesome this is. I got it coming in the mail.
All she does is yell.
And
Crazy.
but what caught my interest was this, right? So I saw that, right? But guess what they sell? They had a fucking kids menu that had like fucking games in it that you could play. So
Oh,
now
wow.
I need the kids menu. They got trivia. So now I need the kids menu, right?
Of course.
You got to get the kids menu with all the cool stuff in it. So yeah, but I don't know why. Like, I love collecting this weird comic shit, you know? Like, I have the Marvel Superhero Island comic. So they had an exclusive comic from Marvel Superhero Island, the theme park. They had a comic book made just for the island that you could only buy at the island, right? And I was like, well, I need it because you can't buy it there anymore. They stopped selling it at the island, of course. So I bought it. So I have that in my collection now. And they're themed around the island rides and all that. They come with that. This is where it came with the pin that I have. Because now when you go to the island, they just have like random generic comics. But it's not like new books. It's just like random books from like the 2010s. Like, it's weird. I'm also scared for Marvel Superhero Island because now allegedly they're cutting a deal with DC allegedly to have DC themed stuff at Universal Studios, and I hope that doesn't spell the end for Marvel Superhero Island. Like, I hope they don't replace it with DC. That would be very upsetting. That would suck. I would actually cry. But yeah, I love collecting that weird, especially like the 90s shit. Like, I love the weird Marvel 90s stuff. Like, I'm all about that shit, bro. So the minute I saw there was a menu, like, that's why I want to get like the t-shirts, the Marvel Mania t-shirts, if I can find any, from the store. That would be cool. Because the only thing you can find is like bootlegs that people have made, but I want the real fucking thing. Like, this is it right here. I want the real fucking thing. I don't want no Etsy bootleg, all right?
Yeah, fuck that.
I want the legitimate thing. But I'm going to have to, damn, $261. All right, maybe I will get an Etsy. Oh, that's the menu. That's the menu for the shirt logo. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, dude, I could look like a worker. I could walk around with the menu with the shirt. Look like I work at Marvel Mania Hollywood. Is there any pictures inside? Is there any picture of the inside of this place? Whoa, look at this shit. Get the fuck out of here. This looks so cool. So this was on the City Walk in California for Universal. So that was the outside. Oh, man, look at the fucking... This is so cool. It's got like a spinning Iron Man. It's got... What is that? What is inside here? It looks like a Green Goblin mask. A Doctor Doom mask. Daredevil's cane, it looks like. And then, of course, we have Doctor Strange's cloak, his cape. We got Cap's shield. So it was very cool stuff in there. Like, this looks so cool. I would have killed to eat here, bro. Oh, my God. This is what my room in my house is going to look like.
Oh, Justine's gonna kill
Oh, dude, they got the Todd McFarlane Spider-Man up there on the ceiling. That's cool.
you. That is really cool. Yeah.
Fucking flipping away. Oh, there's more pictures. This is cool. For people who are listening, audio, it's just a giant... It's like a nerdgasm. Oh, they had a bar? Why would you shut this down? What fucking hooligan thought it was a good idea to shut this down? So yeah, I'm obsessed. If I had a time machine, people will say like they would fix things in the world. Nah, dude. I'd go to Marvel Mania. I'd go to this grand opening with Stan Lee, hang out with the Hulk and Spider-Man and Wolverine, take some pictures. That's what I would do. Oh, there's more menus from when they from the later years. From the Ultimate years. They got new foods. Gambit's Ragin' Cajun Quesadillas. Oh, man. Ultimate stuff. That's kind of cool. So, yeah. That's the shit I buy. That's what I spend my paychecks on. I wonder if from the ingredients that it describes for the meals, if I can remake these meals. Bombastic bruschetta. Or some fucking Shang-Chi Chinese tacos. If I can make that, it's over, bro. I'm about to serve those at the damn wedding. These are what I'm gonna get these. I'm gonna get copies of these made and hand them out at the wedding. Be like, welcome to Marvel Mania. We're pleased to have you here. So, yeah, that's what I've been reading or collecting recently. Like I said, it's been a little slower with now me doing weekly reviews online. So my for fun outside of review reading has been slowed down a bit. Besides my usual pull list. Because the thing is with me, I need to like focus solely on what I'm reading. I can't, like, if I plan to do a review that day, I wake up, read the book first thing in the morning, and then write the review before I read anything else. So I can't read multiple things while trying to work on a review. I need to like have it in my brain.
That's fair. Yeah, I get that.
Like when we do our reviews for this show, I have to read the book like as close as I can to us reviewing it so it's still fresh in my brain. And even then it's still pushing it because we record those after.
Yeah.
So, but that's how like my brain works. It's weird like that. I cannot multitask when it comes to reading. So, that's my quirk. Those are my weird quirks. But besides reading, man, it's a big year for comics. Before we get into our main topic today, man, like movie and TV. Let me see. Like, what is coming out this year for 2026 for superhero things? This is what's coming out. So what already dropped by the time of this reading was Wonder Man. March, we get Daredevil, Invincible. April, we get The Boys. This spring, we get Lanterns and The Punisher. This summer, X-Men 97 Season 2, along with Supergirl and Spider-Man Brand New Day. This fall, we get Clayface and Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man Season 2. Avengers Doomsday in December. And they announced Vision Quest, Spider-Man Noir, and Vault Rising to be announced this year. Let alone, not just that, but fall of, like, for video games, man. We got Invincibles getting a video game this April. Lego Batman. Wolverine's coming out this year. This is a huge year for comics. This is probably the biggest slate of comic book media of all time, I would say. This is insane.
It's pretty stacked.
It is absolutely stacked. We're off to a good start so far. I told you this off the show, but I did binge watch all 8 episodes of Wonder Man, which I was super hesitant going into, as we've talked about on the show in the past, how like hesitant I was going into it. But I heard it was good, so I was like, you know what? Let me give it a shot. You know what I mean? Let me see from my own eyes if it's good or if it sucks. You know what I mean? I was like, I'm going to give it 3 episodes. And by the time I noticed what episode I was on, I was already at the end of the season. And I was like, all right, this was good. We're off to a good start, guys. Pleasantly surprised with Wonder Man to the point where I watched it and I'm like, man, Marvel has promoted shittier projects. This was not shitty, and this got like no promotion. I feel like it kind of deserves some promotion. Now watching it in hindsight, I was like, it needed more love. And I hope people watch it and enjoy the show, because I enjoyed it as a Wonder Man fan. I think it was really good. It was a good take on Wonder Man. I liked it. It didn't make him one-dimensional. They added some layers to his character, which I like. It's the first time Marvel has done like a character piece that has to do, besides like Miss Marvel. We follow, her and her family. But this even more so. This doesn't feel like this doesn't even feel like you're watching an MCU project. Like, I'm watching this and it feels like, how do I describe it? It feels like someone with full creative control over a superhero concept being able to make a show for like AMC or HBO Max. Like, it has that feeling to it, where if you didn't have the MCU stuff in the intro, you wouldn't even know you're watching an MCU project, which actually worked in its favor. It's somehow, like I've said, it's somehow independent enough where you don't have to watch anything before or anything after, but also simultaneously a very important project going forward in the MCU. Like a pivotal part, I feel like, going forward in the MCU. So I don't know how the fuck they balanced that, but they did. So definitely give it a shot. I tell everyone, give it a shot. See what you think. But at least for Gabe here, I recommend it. I say give it a shot. Watch it. I forgot the name of the guy that plays Wonder Man. Great actor. Night and day to what the fuck I saw him in before. Last thing I saw him in was Aquaman. Fucking holy shit.
He was in Aquaman?
Yeah, he's Black Manta. In Aquaman.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's Black Manta. Which I liked him in Aquaman. I
didn't realize that.
So I liked Black Manta in Aquaman, but compared to this dude, fucking night and day. Like, this dude, he can act. Like, he can act really well. Like, holy shit.
Is it a hot take to say that, like, the Aquaman movies are just kind of okay?
No, I don't think that's a hot take. I mean, I guess for some people it would be, but I didn't mind the Aquaman movies. Even the last one that people were like off about, I didn't hate it. It was whatever. You know what I mean? It was more so like whatever. It wasn't bad. It wasn't world changing. It was all right.
To me, it was never going to be really all that good.
Yeah, I liked the first one quite a bit.
Momoa as Aquaman.
Yeah,
that really might be the hot take, and it's not that I hate Jason Momoa or anything. I just didn't feel like he fit that role.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I didn't mind the first one. I liked the first one. Like, I remember leaving the theater with the first one being like, oh, that was cool. I remember buying all the merch. Like, I liked Aquaman 1. Aquaman 2
made like $1 gazillion for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah, man. And like I said, it's not a bad movie. It's got Jango Fett, / Boba Fett as his dad. So, yeah, no, I liked the Aquaman movies. I liked the first Wonder Woman. I didn't even watch the second one. I gave up by that point. I gave up by that point.
Way too far. I can't sign off on that.
Hey, listen, I get it. I get it.
Gal Gadot is one of the worst actresses I've ever seen.
She is a horrible actress.
In my life.
She is a horrible actress.
Kal-El, no.
Kal-El, isn't that from fucking Justice League?
Yeah,
dude. No,
is it
dude.
From Justice League, or is
I
it,
think
or
that
is it
is
from Batman versus Superman. Fuck, I don't remember.
Oh god, I forgot which one. She's in both.
She is. She's so terrible. She's so terrible.
Yeah, I don't know, but the first Wonder Woman, I didn't mind it that much. I really did not mind the first Wonder Woman. There were some really cool scenes in there. Her fucking theme song, cool theme song, very cool. But that's about it. I didn't hate it. I liked it. I liked it more than a lot of other DC projects. I can tell you that. I did not like Man of Steel. Not like Batman vs Superman. Batman vs Superman was the first movie I walked out with Drew being like, wow, that like wasn't good. We left it like, wow, that was kind of upsetting. And then we had to drive to fucking New Hampshire. So we were like, wow, that was rough.
So yeah, that really sucked, huh?
Yeah.
That really
We're like, yikes. All right, whatever. Even Man of Steel push. I remember watching Man of Steel and I was like, what? And then he snapped Zod's neck and I'm like, what? Even at the time I was like, what is going on? I was not a fan of that. I hated Pa Kent with a passion. So I was very thankful for the recent Superman movie.
Oh my god, me too. I mean,
Night
I
and
was
day.
there opening weekend, and oh my god, it was so much fun.
I was
So
there
much
for
fun.
the Amazon. If you have an Amazon account, you get an early showing of the movie, like before release, and that's what Drew got for me, him, and my dad. And we went there. It was
Oh,
like
okay.
the movie released on Friday. We went on Tuesday, and it was like fucking like we couldn't talk to anybody about it because no one could see it yet. Because it was only that night they did the Amazon showing, so it was packed in there with all the Amazon Prime people.
Yeah, yeah, for
So,
sure.
oh my god. But yeah, then we had to wait 3 days to talk to our friends about it, like to talk to you about it. It sucks. I wanted to text you so bad. I remember texting you being like, Superman's fucking amazing. And you were like, I know, I gotta watch it. And I'm like, I know, it's not out yet. Oh my god.
I think
It
I
was
saw
so
it
hard not
probably
to
like the
spoil.
week after.
Yeah, I had to wait. There was a lot of people that
Yeah.
that waited to watch. So I was like, fuck, man, I had no one to talk to. I was like annoying Drew every day talking to him about it. He's the only person I could talk to.
It's like, shut up already. Jeez.
Dude, even my mom likes she hates superhero movies, but she loves Superman.
It's
She
fun.
loved it.
It was a really fun movie.
Yeah. So I'm excited for Supergirl. Actually, Justine's really excited for Supergirl because
I'm really excited for it too, to be
when
honest.
we
What a
watched
great trailer.
when I watched
Great trailer.
Superman with her and Supergirl was like, "Thanks for watching my dog, bitch." Justine was like,
Bitch.
Justine was like, "I love her." I'm like, "Yeah, because she talks like you. That's why you like her."
Yeah.
She literally talks like you. So she's pretty stoked for Supergirl, and we're gonna watch that opening night together, this spring. So that'll be a lot of fun. Oh yeah, we're also getting fucking Nightfall, an animated Nightfall. I forgot about that. From DC.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's another one. Shit, dude, there's a lot of shit coming out. We're going to be very, very busy this year. So Clayface, I'm stoked about. That's gonna be a lot of fun. I just want to get it over with and watch fucking Doomsday, cause I'm tired of all these teasers. We're getting Cyclops, all right, which I'm really excited about. But god damn, dude, I'm tired of waiting. I just want to watch the damn movie already. I hope it's great. I hope it's great. But we shall see. I don't know what route they're going with this. I'm so
Yeah,
confused.
Hard to say, right?
I'm confused with the RDJ inclusion. I'm confused, but we'll see. I don't know. Maybe they have something planned. We'll have to wait and see. Yeah, but that's all that's going on. You know, I've been buying the Ultimate books, and they're coming to an end, brother. There's gonna be no more Ultimate Marvel books come this spring, so that's upsetting. I'm gonna be really sad about that. I'm gonna miss Ultimate X-Men, Ultimate Spider-Man. I believe the last issue of Ultimate Spider-Man is coming out very soon. I will be doing probably on this show, or if I can, maybe on here, like ranking the Ultimate books when it's all said and done, of what I liked and didn't like from the Ultimate Universe, the relaunch. Because there was some stuff I didn't like about the relaunch. But can we also talk about real quick before we get into these trade paperbacks how Absolute DC is just dominating comics right now?
It's not even close.
They're like,
It's
of
not
the
even
top 10, they
close.
have like 9 titles for like
They're
all the
well-
trade paperbacks so far.
I was gonna say, yeah, they're dominating the trade paperback market.
It
like,
is
by a
wild,
wide
bro.
margin.
It is
Yeah,
wild.
by a wide margin.
So crazy. Like I never lived through like a speculator time because I was born
Me neither,
97. I
yeah.
don't remember. So it's weird that I like going to a shop, and I remember talking to you and be like, dude, look what I got like 3 days early. And it was my Absolute Batman first print #1. And now it sells for like $200, not graded. That's
Not graded,
crazy
yeah.
to me. That's
Mhm.
crazy. And I'm looking at it in my collection like, really? But I'm not going to sell it. I'm not in it for the money. I'm not going to sell it. But it's just so weird for me to like see this happening in real time. Like all these Absolute books are like hot commodities. It's wild.
It's cool though.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm
it
really
feel-
excited.
Like it's weird, but like it's cool that we live in such an exciting time where like people are speculating, like, oh, is this Absolute #1 gonna be like the next one?
Yeah,
Is this gonna
exactly.
be the next hot book?
Everybody wants
So
to be
it's-
Absolute Batman now.
So it's kind of cool, like in that regard.
But we know it's coming. We've seen it from history.
Oh yeah,
It's
I
gonna
mean,
crash.
it's gonna happen.
Well, who
Of
knows?
course.
Who knows? Especially if they start making Absolute Batman like because they're just starting to make merchandise of it. Like we're getting like a statue of it and like a big 12-inch figure finally. So there's not a lot of merch around it. So maybe it has some longevity when merch comes out, because then people want to buy more of the books. You know what I mean? So get the excitement going, keeping the ball rolling when it comes with merch. So yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
We're in a cool time. But yeah, speaking of trade paperbacks, there's some books and trade paperbacks that don't exist for books. So I was looking at my long box and I was thinking about all these like 4-issue series or 6-issue miniseries that I just have that I realized I could only buy by getting the individual issues. And it dawned in my head, like, how don't some of these have collected editions or omnibuses or trade paperbacks? And I wanted to, kind of discuss some that we would like to see, or like some dream ones that we would like to happen. You know what I mean? So from yours, what is a trade paperback from your list here? How did you want to do this? Did you want to go through your whole list or like one by one? I have 8 on here.
I've only got 5.
You got 5. Let's say, how did you want to? You want to like back and forth, or
We can do back and forth.
all right? That's cool. That's cool.
We can do back and forth.
So since I have 8, I can go first.
Sure, yeah.
So one of the ones I really want as a collected edition is Super Patriot. So there is 2 trade paperbacks for Super Patriot. There is Super Patriot.
There is.
Yeah, Liberty. What is it? Super Patriot. The ones that exist are Super Patriot, America's Fighting Force, and Liberty and Justice. So those are the 2 that exist. The original run of Super Patriot, the original 3 or 4 issues, is not collected in a trade paperback. And the 4th run, the 4 issues called Super Patriot War on Terror, which are actually very rare because it had a limited run and a limited print. I'm lucky enough to own issue 1 of Super Patriot War on Terror, but that book goes from anywhere from $30-something to like $60 just to get number 1, let alone the rest of the series. You know what I mean? So I think
I'm glad you brought that up, because I didn't even think about bringing up Super Patriot at all.
Yeah, and I'm guessing we could talk about it now. It's been a year, but seeing as the original iteration of Super Patriot, spoiler alert for Savage Dragon, he's dead. He died recently. They killed off Super Patriot, which, if you guys know Eric Larson and he kills off a character, he kills off a character. When someone dies in Savage Dragon, it's a big deal because they stay dead. So
yeah, which I mean, that's cool.
Yeah, it does.
Cool. But,
so I
but
think
I'm just
now,
thinking, like, man, that's really disappointing. Like, I like
yeah,
Super Patriot.
there is what I did like though about his armor. So you know how his armor was like a sentient being that could like morph and he could like control it. You find out that it kind of can also control itself, because when he died, they were saving another hero who got mangled in the explosion. And when it killed him, the armor needed a living body to attach to. So it attached to the other soldier that they were saving. So there is a new Super Patriot. So it's the version 2 of Super Patriot. So there is still a Super Patriot, but it's a different character now. But I like how they did it. It wasn't just like, oh, we got a new guy now. There was like a reason for it happening, which I thought was kind of cool. Because if you guys know Eric Larson, he does stuff in real time. He ages people in real time. So maybe it was about time to kill Super Patriot and issue in a younger Super Patriot. But it'll be intriguing to see how that goes going forward. But I think this original iteration, the one that's existed up until 2025 from the 90s, I think either having like a omnibus collection or a large trade paperback collection of his entire run, I think that would be cool. Just have all his stories in one. I think that'd be a lot of fun.
And I mean, you could, because it's not like there's a lot of issues, right? There's probably maybe 20 issues worth of like, quote unquote, OG Super Patriot.
And
you could fit 20 issues in an oversized trade.
Yeah.
Easily.
And even if you do like an oversized one where like if it has to be more pages, you can slot in things like his first appearance in Savage Dragon or his appearances in Invincible, things like that. I think that could be cool too.
Right, if you don't have enough material.
Yeah, absolutely, which they do, because
the
first run was what, 3 or 4 issues. The other 2 already have trade paperbacks, and then the 4th one was 4 issues. So I think that's enough. You'll have enough for a collection, a Super Patriot collection. The only issue is that Eric Larson hates doing trade paperbacks. His philosophy was, why go back and redo the pages I've done when I can make new pages? Which I respect. You know what I mean? Keep putting out new content. But, man, we are severely lacking Savage Dragon trade paperbacks or omnibuses, especially for a series has so many issues in it. Like, what are we doing?
However, the Savage Dragon Ultimate Collection, like, we're finally getting that, and that in itself took so long, but I'm so glad we're getting that
finally.
Because now we're getting, original Savage Dragon, 90 stories straight from the beginning.
Yep.
The pages are remastered. Everything looks great. Like, I'm so glad that we're getting that and we're able to collect that in collected form now.
Yeah, thank God.
Although I would prefer an omnibus format, but Image doesn't really do omnibuses.
No, unless it's like Spawn or Invincible.
Yeah.
Those are the only 2 I've seen it. But I feel like, listen, I'll say it right now. Savage Dragon deserves an omnibus. It deserves it. I think when Eric decides to end the story, I don't know when that is, I think that would be the time to do it. To just collect the entirety of Savage Dragon. Again, I don't know when he's going to end it, if he even is thinking about that, but...
Do you think he will? I have a feeling that he's never going to end Savage Dragon, and it's going to go with him, like, to his grave.
Which I would be perfectly okay with. I'd be okay with that.
With it too.
I'd be perfectly okay with that, and then I wouldn't want it to be touched.
Whereas Todd would be the opposite.
Yeah. Spawn's never going to go away.
Like, if he dies, he just wants Spawn to, like, continue.
Which it will.
It wouldn't bother him. Yeah,
it'll absolutely, without question.
But Eric, to me, seems like the type of guy where he's like, no, it's my IP. I don't want anyone else to touch it besides me.
Yeah.
Which is fair.
Unless he finds someone where he's like, this is my guy, and this is the one that I trust. So that's the only time I see that happening, but I don't know if he does. Unless it's like a Kirkman or something.
Selfishly speaking, I hope he finds that.
Well, he's, like I was saying, he's worked with Kirkman on Super Patriot. They've teamed up to put Savage Dragon in Invincible. So he has a handle on the character, and we know Kirkman's good at creating a universe and characters and stories that are, like, touching. So I think if there is anyone Eric would trust, I would love for it to be Kirkman.
Wouldn't that be cool? Like, in a
that'd be
couple
very
years,
cool.
Like, if Savage Dragon, like, morphed with the Skybound universe.
That would be cool as hell. That'd be cool as hell.
Yeah, I think that'd be cool.
That would skyrocket Savage Dragon back into the conversation too. I still collect Savage Dragon. I was so happy when I looked at my pull list for this week, and it said Savage Dragon. And I'm like, bro, we haven't had an issue since last fucking summer, bro. I've been waiting since, like, June for a new issue of Savage Dragon. This issue was supposed to come out in, like, August, and then October, and then November, and I got pushed back to January.
I was going to say, like, Eric doesn't do once a month anymore. He
put out
once every
3
or 4 months.
4 issues last year. But I think the big hold on this one, though, is because he's been working on Spider-Man Noir.
Yeah, and he mentioned that.
And he's been doing covers for that and the Superman Spider-Man covers. So he's been working with Marvel again doing artwork. So he's had his time kind of split.
Good for Eric. I know there was a lot of bad feelings there for a while between him and Marvel, but good for Eric that he can do work, and hopefully he's getting compensated well for it.
I did love that post I sent you where he's like slowly, I think he's realizing why he hated working for Marvel. Because he's talking about his Spider-Man Superman cover. He's like, I left all this room on the page, and it's not being used. This is how it should look. I don't know why they do it like this. I was like, bro, he was so mad. He's like, I put all this space for you. I was like, bro, he was so upset. But, like, I agree. Like, his edit of it, I was like, that looks way better. But I'm like, he's learning why he's doing Savage Dragon mostly. Like, why he left Marvel. He's like, fuck this.
Absolutely.
But he did just release, I was scared because Savage Dragon was only going up to issue 280 recently and then stopping. And I was like, oh no, is this like it? And the way it was worded was like it was the end. And I'm like, oh no. Like there's nothing solicited. And then I go to his Blue Sky and he's like, a week ago, he was like, New covers for Savage Dragon issues being posted soon, and that's where I sent you that cover of her like straddled on his shoulders, and I'm like, oh, they're gonna be fucking in that book. They're gonna be fucking in that one.
Oh boy, they
So,
sure will.
Savage Dragon's not dead, brother. Let's go. My guilty pleasure book. I love it.
Yeah, guilty
So-
pleasures, right?
I can't wait tomorrow when I pick up my books and hopefully Savage Dragon's in that pile. I'm gonna be so excited if it is. But yeah, what's one you have on your list for trade paperbacks?
Boy, where do I start?
With your list? No, I'm kidding.
Where do I start?
At number one.
So-
Number one.
keep
Whoosh.
So keep in mind, like all these, like I've never read them, but they're on my, I would say, like
Yeah.
to read pile. Like
Absolutely.
it's stuff that like I've been, meaning to read, but I haven't gotten to it yet.
Mm-hmm.
This one really surprised me. Darkhawk.
Is there not a Darkhawk collection?
Darkhawk has never been collected in omnibus form or trade paperback form
Wow.
whatsoever. And we're looking at a run, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pulling it up right now. It's 50 issues. It's a
So you
50
can get
issue
you
run.
can get a good trade paperback out of it. Oh, you get multiple volumes out of that.
You can make an omnibus out of it.
Yeah.
You
Damn,
could,
that's crazy.
You can make an omnibus out of it. But Darkhawk has never been collected in trade paperback form, and I don't know why, because from what I understand and what I've heard, this was a fairly popular comic for Marvel, like in the 90s.
Yeah, you would. Yeah,
Like-
that's
like
so
people
odd.
remember Darkhawk.
Darkhawk comics still sell for a decent penny too.
That's surprising.
Yeah,
You-
I'm
you would
shocked they
think it would
really-
be overprinted.
like I see they did a recent run with Darkhawk, but which did get a trade called Airborne that got a trade paperback, but I don't know.
Sure, yeah.
But I feel like no one talked about that. I feel like he's kind of just they don't really do anything with Darkhawk anymore,
No, not at all, right?
which I don't get why. He has such a fucking cool design. He has such a cool design.
He does.
Darkhawk looks awesome. Yeah, that would be a great one. I had on my list on here was another one that I think is more of like an obscure title, hence why it never got it. But it's one that I read, and it had like a lot of it had trading cards and all this. So I mean, they sold merch of it. It was popular enough back in the '90s. But Union from Image Comics, I think that would be great.
That never got collected?
No. So
Holy.
when I was trying to look, and every time I would look up a Union trade paperback, it was all like the Star Wars Union. Like there is no Union
Okay.
collection, which is so odd. I feel like it would have by this point, because it was a really good series. It was a mini series. You could collect it easily. It was only 4 issues, so I'm shocked that it wasn't made. And plus, Mark Texeira is great on it.
Dude, he's so good.
Underrated.
He's so good.
So yeah, I'm shocked, but that was a fun read. That was the one I bought it because I thought the cover looked cool for number 1.
Mhm.
And then I read the book and I was like, oh, this is actually like a good series. And then I realized like no one was talking about it, and I'm like, does like no one know about Union? This is like a sleeper book. Like this is really good.
Yeah, like I'm familiar with it.
Yeah, no, yeah,
and
no.
and
I'm
I
talking about,
said,
like, in-
fairly popular.
And I'm talking about like in general, like comic spaces never like when they're talking about like underrated gems, I never see like Union on these lists, which is
Right, yeah.
kind of like amazing to me. Same thing with the next one here I had on this list. I had Trencher on there.
That never got collected either.
No, nope. I know that because man, I had to fucking track down all these Trencher books, man, all of the series, just to try to read it. But like when trying to see if there was a trade paperback, it looks like there might have been. I can't tell. Oh wait, maybe there was in 2005. Why can't you buy this? I can't find this anywhere to like purchase though. So that's another thing. Like there's trade paperbacks. So there's another one on this list that got a collection that I'll discuss. But like, so for this one, it was made in 2005, but there's like no way to buy this. So I would love for it to get reprinted in some way. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So that
yeah.
you can buy this as a collected edition. Because Trencher is one that I still have yet to read, but Keith Giffen, there's actually two Keith Giffen titles on this list I have, and this is one of them. So I, just based off my personal experience of having to fucking find, and for some reason, issue 3 was a pain in the ass. For some reason, I had to ask Justine for our anniversary gift. I was like, can you please just buy this for me before I go crazy? I cannot find it in the wild anywhere. Yeah, I could buy it online, and I didn't know what to have her buy me. So I was like, just buy me Trencher issue 3. Just complete my collection so I can have all the issues. So, what was next on your list?
So this is a weird one. So technically the miniseries got collected, but the standalone Dennis O'Neil Azrael has never been collected in trade paperback.
Oh, really?
All 46 issues has never been collected in trade paperback form.
That's shocking because of how popular Azrael is.
Sort of Azrael has, but like I said, that's like a limited series miniseries.
Yeah. That was only, what, like 3 issues or something?
About that. But the actual solo series going 46 issues,
which I have
never
some
been
individual ones.
And I just find that strange based on how popular Azrael was in the 90s.
And how popular he still is. People still know Azrael.
Very much so,
especially if you played the Batman games, you know who Azrael is. He blew up after the games.
That's a different Azrael, but yeah, I get what you mean.
He's the character in general. Like, people know
itself,
Azrael.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, yeah, that's shocking. That's very shocking.
Yeah, when I was looking at it, I was like, this makes no sense, because like you would think after Nightfall, I mean, that's, Azrael took off, he got his own series, but it's like, wouldn't you collect it in trade paperback form?
You would think, but
and even now, like, you wouldn't make an omnibus out of it. You could easily make an omnibus out of it.
Because why would you want to make money? So the next one on this list, actually, this is the other Keith Giffen title, Heckler from DC.
Oh, you've mentioned Heckler before. Yeah.
I have, and I finally own all of Heckler. That was another one. Oh, that was the same anniversary. I asked for Heckler. I think it was issue 2 and Trencher number 3, because those were the 2 I needed to complete, like, my Keith Giffen 2 books I really wanted to read, which I still have yet to read. But another Keith Giffen title not collected. There's no trade paperbacks of Heckler. And I believe that's a 6-issue mini, so you can easily get a trade paperback out of that. Of a collection of just the 6 Heckler issues. Don't know why. I think maybe because the character's just so obscure. But you would think after, Keith passed away, that would have been a good time to really jump on top of that and print some of his stuff.
You would think so, yeah.
Just because I wanted to read Heckler because, like many of the 90s books in my collection, flipping through Wizards, man, the cover caught my attention when going through Wizards for the reviews. Saw Heckler in there, number 1, and I was like, this looks fucking cool. They had an ad where he's jumping through the page at the reader, and that's actually the thumbnail for this video. That ad of him jumping through. That I fucking fell in love with, and I was like, I gotta figure out what this book is. And I found out it was Heckler from DC, so I still have yet to read it, but I have them all, so I've just been waiting for a time to sit down and read them all. Maybe next time we do the show, it'll be on my list of things that I've read. That's the hope.
I think for some people it's hard to believe, but like sometimes all it takes is like a cool cover. Or
literally
just something that catches your attention. You're like, okay, maybe I want to try and read this.
That's why I bought Trencher. I saw it in the $2 bin, and Keith's art, people haven't seen Keith's art, especially in Image, man, his art is so unique and like different, of like this scratchy looking art, but somehow it looks fucking beautiful. Like, he makes his messy style look beautiful. And especially with Trencher, it has all these bright neon colors mixed in with it. Same thing with Heckler. Bright yellows, things like that. So it draws you in. That's all it takes. Cool-looking character, cool-looking cover, I'm going to buy it. There's 80% of my collection is cool-looking covers. You know what I mean?
Right, yeah.
I don't have to know the character. Like, I bought a book called Strontium Dog, which is a 80s underground comic based off of Judge Dredd, but the character looked cool. He was a bootleg Judge Dredd, so I bought it. It looked really cool. What if I could find
That sounds really fascinating.
Strontium Dog? I think it was Strontium Dog number 2, maybe? Yeah, it is. Strontium Dog number 2. Here, I'll share it with you. Right here. Tell me you want to buy this cover. Look how great that looks. Just a cool 80s underground comic. He's like a bootleg Judge Dredd.
That looks cool, actually.
Yeah. So I saw this in a 50-cent bin, and I bought it because he looked cool. Do I know who it is? No. Have I read it? No. But I have it in my collection.
But I mean, obviously you'll read it eventually.
Absolutely. So all the stuff in my collection, like, I do read eventually. So right now the issue is I'm dead in the middle of Age of Apocalypse right now. That's what I'm currently reading, and I'm like dead in the middle of it. So it's like I want to read some other stuff, but like Heckler is a 6-issue mini, so I have to spend some time with that. If it's like one issue here or there, I'll read it just to like fill time. But since I'm in the middle of Age of Apocalypse, that's kind of a hefty read. And I don't like to start reading something and then forget about it, because then when I go to read it again, I'm not gonna know what the fuck's going on. You know what I mean?
It's hard. It feels like you have to play catch up the whole time.
Exactly. And because I'm already halfway in, I gotta keep going through. Which, it's not like it's difficult. It's a good read. I'm having a good time reading it. But I'm also reading like the side titles, like Gambit and the Externals, which isn't needed, but I have it, so I'm gonna read it. You know.
It's all right.
And then I have the currently sold X-Men of Apocalypse books that are being sold to this day, with cool like Joe Matt art and all that, where he's come back to Marvel to do covers for the series. So I'm trying to finish that so that I can read those that are in my to-read pile. Because they brought back Age of Apocalypse characters. So I'm like, holy shit. So, but yeah, besides Heckler, though, this is a big one on this list for me. And you probably heard of it, called Zap Comics.
Yeah, I'm familiar with Zap Comics.
Yes. So Zap Comics, for people who don't know, it was like an underground indie book from back in the 60s. Super fucking popular. Very expensive to get your hands on these books. I got lucky, and I was able to get this exact number 0 and this number 1 at a convention because the guy didn't know what he had. He had number 0 sitting on his table, and this was right after I watched Cartoonist Kayfabe's video about it. And I was like, whoa. And this book's, at the time, it was like a $150 book. So I saw it on his table with like trading cards and random bullshit for $5. So I walked up and I was like, God, I'm scared to even ask. And I was like, how much is this Zap Comics? And he was like, $10. I was like, what? And then I flipped through, and it's a second printing, but the second printings are still like $80 to $100. So I was like, whoa. So I grabbed that, and I was like, yeah, I'm going to take this. And then he goes, oh, I actually got some more if you want to see. So he pulls it out. He's like, oh, I only have one, actually. I sold my number 2, this one. He's like, I sold my number 2 already earlier today, but I have number 1, which is this one. And he was like, I'll give this one to you for just $5. He was like, give me 15 and we'll just call it a day. I was like, okay, here's a 20. Got my 5 back and left. I was like, yo, before he figures out, like... I was like, holy shit. So for $15, I got these. But then, like, these are very, not only, like, iconic books, but they're historical books. This was, like, the start of the underground indie scene of comics that people know nowadays. Like, without Zap Comics, we wouldn't have Image or anything like that. Or any underground book, anything from, like, Boom Studios or, what's another one that's, like, an independent, God, I can't even think of any. Vault Comics, that's another one. So, like, all those places wouldn't exist if it wasn't for these, and a lot of the sellers online wouldn't exist if it wasn't for Zap Comics. So it shocked me to learn that there was only one printing of a trade paperback collection, hardcover collection, by Fantagraphics. Brother.
Really?
Brother. If you want to buy the complete Zap Comics collection right now, $2,000.
No thanks.
And I think the cheapest you can get it for is like $500 or $600.
Oh,
It's sold
insane.
when it was made, it was $500 to buy brand new. It was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It was 5 trade paperbacks hardcover with like a collected case and a portfolio of art. So you got a lot of stuff, but god damn, it's a lot of fucking money. But it's because there's not a lot of Zap comics being sold. It was already like limited printing at the time. So it's tough to like get your hands on. Look at right here, Zap Comics number 0 second printing. This is what I own, $150 right now. So I would like to see a collection of Zap comics in an affordable manner being made. That's why I have it on this list. I don't want people to have to pay $1,200 to buy the collection of Zap comics. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm doing this for I'm requesting this for the people, for you people. And for myself, because I would love to have that in my collection. And I have to live with just the first two, which it's fine. I can live with that. But what else did you have on your list? I got how much more on here? 1, 2. I only got like 3 more.
I've got 3 more as well.
Perfect. That's why I did a couple back to
I thought
back
you
so we
had
could catch
8.
up.
I've got 5.
Yeah, I've already gone through 5.
Holy shit, you did.
I've gone through
Holy
Heckler,
shit, you
Zap,
did.
Trencher, Union, and Super Patriot.
Holy shit, I didn't even realize in the moment.
I did it that way, so now we're on the evil playing field. You know what I mean? We're even.
Okay, I got you. Okay.
Strategic.
So this one's there's a technicality with it. Okay, I'll explain
Okay.
the technicality. The first 25 issues of the run is collected.
Okay.
The rest of it isn't. And that's Marv.
I think that
Wolfman's
counts.
Deathstroke.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that absolutely counts.
So the first 25 issues of Marv Wolfman's Deathstroke is in an omnibus. Volume 1, it came out December of 2024.
Okay.
The rest of the run has not been completed yet in trade form or in omnibus form. And the whole run itself is 40 issues.
Oh, damn. So, yeah, dude, all they need is that other half.
Exactly.
Damn. Yeah, that always blows my mind with some trade paperbacks is that they'll start and then stop. And it's like, if you're able to do it.
But
Just
here's the weird part.
Uh-huh.
Here's the weird part is that, so an omnibus is anywhere between 25 issues to 60 issues.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, a 60 issue omnibus is fucking big. It's huge. But like, it's 40 issues. Why can't you just make one omnibus? Why split it into 2 volumes?
Exactly.
Because of money? Because you want to make more money? But then you're making people wait even longer. So just to me, it just makes no sense.
Yeah, that makes no sense to me.
Because what's going to end up happening is that they're going to do volume 2 as an omnibus, but they're only going to do it like 2 or 3 years from now.
If they do.
If they do it, yeah, exactly. They could just be like, oh, we're not completing the rest of the run. And it's like, why? Like, that's
all right.
bullshit.
Like, all right, buddy.
And it's happened before. It's happened before. So.
Yeah. Damn. That's insane to me. Well,
that's a really significant run too. Like, I think it's the first solo series that Deathstroke got.
Oh, is it? So yeah, you're just waiting on money. I mean, either way, people are gonna buy it. Either way.
Yeah.
Fuck, dude. Well, the one I had here on this list was it's a team book actually, and while they have a collection of their main series, this specific series isn't collected. You know what it is? It's a little team called Wildcats. Wildcats. There is a series called Wildcats. It is. And I pointed this one out specifically because it's Wildcats Adventures. It is a continuation of the animated show where it's all animated.
I didn't even know this existed.
Isn't that fucking cool?
That's
so
interesting.
I know about this because I own some issues of Wildcats Adventures, and I always find them in dollar bins here or there, and I'm shocked that Wildcats Adventures as a series was never collected. Issues, it was 1 through 7. It's a continuation based off what was shown on TV for the cartoon, which aired on TV. You would think they would capitalize on that. I have this issue right here. Like, it was coming out while it was on TV, so I don't know why it wasn't collected. I even tried looking at the Wildcats like collections or the complete editions, none of them have Wildcats Adventures collected in it for some reason.
So strange.
Right?
So,
Isn't
so
that
strange.
weird? So it blew my mind. I was like, I think that would be cool to have.
I wonder, and you could look it up. I could be wrong. I wonder if this was collected in the compendium that they did recently.
So is that this one here? When the compendium,
no,
right?
that's an old compendium. I mean, like the recent one.
Let me see.
Because they put out a recent one like
this one, right?
2 ago. The one with the DC logo on it. Yeah.
Yeah, compendium 1. So this has Wildcats, Team 1 Wildcats, numbers 1 and 2, Team 1 Stormwatch 1 and 2, Wildcats 0 and 15 to 20, Wildcats Sourcebook 1 to 2, Wildcats Special 1 to 3, and Wildcats Covert Action Teams 1 to 3. So yeah, no
adventures.
Doesn't have adventures. And that's what I've been seeing. None of them have adventures in it. It's so weird.
Very strange.
It's also weird. This has Wildcats number 0 in issues 15 to 20. What about issues 1 through 14? What's going on there?
And I mean, I haven't read all of Wildcats, but
Am
I know
missing
that
something?
there's a lot of. I know that there's a lot of crossovers. I think with like Spawn and Savage Dragon and stuff like that.
So they cannot.
So that's also why.
Was 15 to 20 maybe when it was strictly under Wildstorm? Maybe.
That's a
my
good
guess. Like maybe he can do stuff from Wildstorm up. Maybe. Let me look at number 14. Oh, not the Wildcats from High School Musical. Is that Troy Bolton's number? Oh, it's Troy Bolton's number. Wildcats number 14. It's funny.
That's a sign from Justine.
She actually has the
still
Wildcats
with Image
jersey.
at that point.
Oh no, they still
They're
are.
still with
Yeah,
Image.
that's
Okay.
weird. But the cover of the
One second.
compendium is issue 1, so I don't know.
So that brings me to like a pet peeve of mine. So like the Tomb Raider Colossal Collection that they did recently with the Dark Horse, they're omitting the issue where it's Laura and Sarah from Witchblade.
Oh, they're not including the Witchblade crossovers?
They're not including that.
What?
And
That
that's the
sucks.
only issue out of the first, I think it's like 20.
Is that
from
like
the
a?
Dan
I'm
Jurgens
guessing that's
run?
like a licensing thing, right? I'm guessing
It is. But it's like,
Yeah.
come on, guys! Like you can't work something out. That's ridiculous.
What's going on here? What's going on here?
So like you've got the first 20 issues, but you're missing one issue, and it's like, I don't know. That's very weird.
It's weird. Who's printing it again?
A Dark Horse.
Oh, that's probably why they probably can't work out a deal with Top Cow.
But like it was a Top
You
Cow,
should, but you
book.
should work out that deal. Yeah, what the fuck?
Yeah, exactly. Like it was.
Wait,
a Top
so Dark
Cow
Horse is
book.
printing the Top Cow books? You're saying?
The Dan Jurgens Tomb Raider run, which
Yeah,
was
yeah.
a Top Cow book.
They're
Yes.
print. What the fuck?
They printed
So they
it
can-
as an oversized trade.
That's so wild. So they're reprinting another company's book, but don't have the rights to the other company's main character that is a pivotal part in this person having a book.
I suppose you can make the argument it's because, Laura is an IP, right? That
Yeah.
You can pass around from company to company. If you can buy the rights to her, I assume, like for comic book publishing. You can't do that for Witchblade because Silvestri owns Witchblade, so everything has to go through Mark Silvestri.
And I wonder if with the new Witchblade launch, if he wasn't willing to do that. With the new series currently going on, maybe?
Yeah.
If he would
I
have to
don't
give
know.
something up? I don't know. I don't know how that works.
It really disappoints me.
'Cause I feel like he wouldn't
that
say
a deal
no.
was-
I feel like he wouldn't say no to
Yeah.
that. If he had the opportunity, I feel like he wouldn't say no. So I feel like it also, I don't think that's on him. I feel like, I mean, it could be, but
No,
I
I wouldn't blame him.
No. So that's what I'm saying. That's so weird. Because he would absolutely be like, yeah. He just seems like that type.
It's a shame, and it's like it's the consumers that are losing because then there's like a weird gap in the book.
Yeah.
You're missing an issue, and it's like okay,
Which then
what
bugs
happened?
me because it's like, all right, now I need to go buy those physical ones to have with my collected edition that's not collected. You know what I mean?
Right. So you buy
It's
the
my
collected
incomplete
edition, and then you need the one single issue that's not collected next to it. It's like, come on, guys.
Yeah. Like, what are we doing here?
Like, what the fuck is the point of this?
I did see the Cyberforce complete collection in stores. That boy is beefy, bro. I was like, whoa. I saw that shit. It was beefy.
I think so. I think Sylvester was talking about maybe doing a Cyberforce omnibus.
Oh, really?
I think there was like a rumor about it. There was like a tease like that he'd consider it.
Well, I'm looking at the collection here. They got Cyberforce Zero, 10 Men of War 1 through 4, Killer Instinct crossover with Wildcats, numbers 5 through 7. So they have like the crossover of them with Wildcats in this. All right, so if I buy this collected edition and then this one, I could fill in the gaps. Damn, that's how they're getting me.
Fuck.
That's how they're getting me.
Yeah.
Look, you can buy it together for $60. Honestly, that's not a bad price. For both compendiums,
Actually, no,
$60.
No, not at all.
Damn, you know what?
That's
I might have
interesting
to.
though that they got Wildcats in that. I didn't realize.
Right? Which didn't that confuse me? It did. Why the hell isn't Witchblade in Tomb Raider? What the fuck?
So strange. So strange.
Weird. So weird. Damn. So what's the next one you got here? Say that was my Wildcats Adventures. We went on an adventure after that, but Wildcats Adventures, reprint that.
Yeah. Reprinted, collected. Like, we need it.
Give it to us. Give it to the people. It would be a DC thing now, but wish they could do that. Come on, Jim. It's your guys. It's your characters, Jim. Come on. You love Grifter. Everybody loves Grifter.
Jim doesn't give a shit about the own characters that he created.
It's
sad.
That blows my mind. Like, there's so much untapped potential.
It's sad.
With his own characters. Like,
It's
why
so sad.
don't we... Like, the Titans were like, all right, guys, we're moving on. New team. Why didn't we bring in some of the Gen 13 cast? Like, this is the time to bring those characters in and really freshen it up. Yeah, it's cool. We got Superboy or Superman in there, and, you know, Jonathan Kent is in there and shit and all that. But, yo, give me some Fairchild. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What the hell's happening here? I don't know, man. Yeah, Jim's weird about that. Jim's coming back to Connecticut.
Oh, yeah?
He just announced he's going to be at Terrificon again. Terrificon. And so is Jeff Loeb.
Jeff Loeb as well.
Yeah. So I am praying to God. For some reason, they announced Ed McGuinness is coming to this. Bro. If they announce
Fighting American sign?
Bro, if they announce Ed McGuinness coming to here, I'm going to have him brand me with his signature, bro. I need him to sign. I need him to sign my arm so I can tattoo it after. Tattoo? Yes, dude. Are you kidding me? If that is my dude right there. That is my guy right there. I need him to sign my Batman Superman just because it's sentimental to me. It's fucking gotta have him sign that. I gotta have him sign that as well. Fucking dude, Fighting American obviously would be a great one for him to sign. Yeah, man. Honestly, I'd have him sign my Heroes Reborn cover he did the art for. Where it was his old school art and he's drawing the Heroes Reborn cast for Marvel. Dude, I'm all over that. I'm praying. I'm hoping. Yeah. I'm like, all right, they brought Jeff and they love bringing in duos. So I'm like, please, give me something. Because I'm not meeting Jim Lee again. It was too long of a wait. I would get Wildcat signed.
Too long and expensive, right?
It was very expensive. But I got X-Men #1 signed. So I was very happy about that. If I did meet him again, though, it would definitely be Wildcats getting that signed. And maybe one of the Gen 13 covers he did. That'd be cool. Do I have any of his Gen 13 stuff that he did? Oh, I don't. I don't have his variant. Unfortunately. But, sorry, I cut you off before you're going to list the next thing.
No, it's all good. I don't know if I would consider this the most mainstream book in my list.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like as popular as Azrael was, the reason why I would consider this the most mainstream book is because this is an entity that is so well established
Mm-hmm.
that I feel like it just overshadows like what Azrael's popularity was even in the 90s. Devin Grayson's 1999 Teen Titans run has never been collected.
Oh, really? Not in any of the
A, te-
Titans collections?
a Teen
I feel like
Titans run.
I feel like there's not even a lot of Teen Titans collections, if I'm correct.
Gabe, picture this: a Teen Titans run in 1999 that's never been collected. Devin
That's
Grayson wrote
insane.
the first, so she wrote the first 20 issues out of the 50. There's 50 issues overall. There's never been a single trade paperback for any of the issues. Any
That
of the
is
arcs,
insane.
anything.
Yeah, and there is for like the later ones, like from 2003, obviously the OG Teen Titans. The new Titans got a reprint, but not that one. Even the cartoon, the comics for the cartoon got made. The Scholastic books got collected. Like, what
But
the hell?
it's so strange to think that a Titans book never got collected. So strange.
That blows my mind, dude. Damn, this art looks cool.
Like Devin Grayson was a very like it girl at the time, right? Like
Yeah.
whenever she was writing, it sold. So that's very surprising to me.
And with Wildest too, I've seen these Titans books like at every shop I go to. Like they're always flooded with the Titans books from this era. So like they are available for
But
people to
they're
get,
not
but like
hard to
why
find.
but like why are they not collected? Why I don't never understood like why not collect things? Why not make it easy to buy? You know, why not make it easy to consume it? Because if it's just on the secondary market being bought, you're not making any money from it. So why not make some money off of it? That's my mindset for a
Yeah,
business.
exactly.
You know?
I mean, I would agree with that. I would agree with that.
So yeah, that's crazy to me. Especially with Titans being a popular team to this day. They're kind of the team in DC right now. Since Justice League is an organization thing, as an actual team, the Titans are like the only ones.
Well, that's what I meant by like when I meant like a mainstream book. Like to me, like that's it. Is like the Teen Titans or the Titans is such an established identity in DC.
Yeah.
You would think that they would collect all the runs for Titans, whether they were good or bad.
You would think. You would think, logically, that they would.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh, man. Well, the next one is kind of related, but different. It's same, but different. It's with a
same.
character that shows up in Titans, but it's not the exact character. The Terra miniseries I've talked about on this show, where it's not the Terra that we know from Titans. It's a new Terra, so a woman that adopted the name, by of course Amanda Connor, Jimmy Palmiotti. Stellar book. Has some appearances by Power Girl in it. It's 4 issues, 3 or 4 issues, never collected. You can only buy the individual issues, and that's it. I would love to see this collected just because I've read this, and I'm a big fan of this series. And this is one of my recommends for people. If you want to read something quick that's entertaining, read Terra. It's a quick little 4-issue DC special, but I would love to see this collected. It's the amazing Palmiotti-Connor duo working on this. You know what I mean? The amazing couple working on this. Pleasure of meeting them. If I meet them again, I will definitely have them sign my Terra #1. That's next on the docket to have them sign. They're phenomenal too.
Anything those two work on, it's worth at least checking out.
Absolutely, like the Pro, which I did have them sign the Pro, but next time is
Love
going to
the
be
Pro.
Terra. Next
Love
time it's going to be Terra, for sure. Definitely check this out. This is one that I kind of want to see about doing a review of this for Comic Book Click maybe down the line, or even if you and I can review issue 1 at least down the line, just because this was a fun read, and this iteration of Terra is really entertaining because she's just like, she has no idea about her powers. It's normal to her, and she's kind of given the name Terra instead of like making it, which I think is cool. And you know, she meets up with her friend Power Girl and all that, so a lot of fun. Definitely hope this gets collected down the line. I don't think it will. I feel like it's so off the radar, it never will, but one can only hope. I did see, so how people have been doing for books that don't have collections They've been making those like binders for your shelf. Have you seen that?
I don't think I have.
Let me see if I could find an example of it. So they've been doing. It's tough to find like an example of it, but just so you can see here. So what they're doing, they're taking these binders. They're like these hard shell binders that are protected on all sides. And what they're doing, there's just like slots in there. You slide in the comics. So when you put it on your shelf, they're printing out like spines and covers. So on a shelf, it looks like a trade paperback. But when you take it off the shelf, it's the individual issues that are collected as a trade paperback, which I think is a pretty cool concept that I've noticed. Someone did that with Absolute Batman before it was a collected book. That's what people were doing, which I'm like, that's pretty sick right here. Like it shows, oh God, Wizard Magazine was advertising it. Holy fuck. But as you know, so I guess this has been a thing for a while. So yeah, no, it's a cool idea. So you can, like, if I want to not have Heckler in my long box, I want to have it on my shelf, I could buy one of the binders, put all 6 issues into one of those like slip binders where it's protected on both sides and it latches with like a magnet, and it keeps your, not only does it keep your books protected, but it's kind of like a trade paperback. You know what I mean? I think it's a cool concept that I've seen people do.
It is pretty cool in concept.
Oh, right here, yeah, custom buy. Yeah, it's cool, man. I think it's something I'll definitely like think about doing down the line if I had more shelf space. But that's the issue. I don't have shelf space. But yeah, what's next on your list? I think you have what, one more?
I got one more. I've got an honorable mention after, but I got one more.
Yeah, I have one more after you too.
So this one's kind of an obscure one, kind of an oddball one.
Oh, I have an obscure one too.
Like I said, I've never read any of these that I'm listing, but they're all stuff that like I'm gonna read eventually. I'm interested in reading,
and it'd be nice to have them all together.
Yeah, exactly. It'd be nice to have them all together, like in a collected form, because I don't buy single issues. Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't really have a place, like I don't have a comic shop. Well, I mean, I don't have yeah, exactly.
Like comic space.
So
I basically have a comic shop on the other side of this room because of all the shit I got.
Yeah, basically. But this is a Vertigo book.
Okay.
This is a DC Vertigo book, which is surprising because Vertigo, to me, was one of the early adapters to the trade paperback market. They were really, really early on that stuff. And Wasteland by John Ostrander never got collected. And this is like a horror anthology type of comic book. And it went for 18 issues. That's not a lot. You can do an oversized trade with that.
That is...
You can easily do an oversized trade with that.
You would think it would be done already.
You could do an oversized deluxe edition of that easily.
Yeah. No problem at all.
I mean, honestly, 18 issues is nothing.
Honestly, all of these things we've listed are so easy to make.
Yes, they really are.
Man. Well, this last one here that I have is one that is also obscure. And while doing research, I found out they're not collected. And you're going to see this and be like, "What? Like, what the fuck are you talking about?" But there was this little company called Power Records back in the day, right? Back when my dad was a kid, called Power Records. And what they would make are records. Of course, it's in their name. They would make records. But what you would do with the records is play the audio, and the audio would be reading a comic book to you. But included with the record was the physical comic book as well. The size of like a record case, you know what I mean? So they were pretty decent size. These were never collected in any way. So, for example, I own 2 of these because my dad owned them as a kid. I own The Amazing Spider-Man, and I own Wonder Woman. That my dad thought they were fucking awesome, which they are. So I own that one and this one right here, Wonder Woman and Spider-Man. And all it is, it's a comic story that is told to you while you read it. You know, like audio to you. while you read it. And they would come in these, like I said, these giant records, and you would flip through the giant pages. But the only way you can get these physical books is by buying these records. That's the only way you can get these books, which is, I feel like that's insane to me, because Power Records had the rights to Conan, they had the rights to Spider-Man, Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman. Who else do they have here? Star Trek, $6 Million Man. They're making all of these audio comic books with the physical books. They were like the pop vinyls of records. They had all these licenses that they were making, and you can't, like Man-Thing, and you Fantastic Four, like the Hulk, Captain America. There was all of these, and like I said, the only way to get them is by buying the records, which could get very expensive. If they could find a way to somehow reprint all of these comics, they don't have to do the records or the audio with it. Just give us the books, the comics that came with it. I think that's an untapped market, and I would buy that in an instant. And I know my dad would too, to like relive his childhood.
Oh yeah, for
like,
sure.
It kind of blows my mind that hasn't been done yet. And I think it's because not a lot of people know that this was a thing. I didn't know it was a thing until I was going through my Nana's records and I saw Spider-Man. And my dad had to explain to me what it was. And I was like, what the fuck? And then there was a Wonder Woman. I was like, I'm stealing these. These are mine now.
I'm fascinated by the concept of it, really.
Yeah. It's like if you listened to those audio podcasts, but if it was like an audio reading of Batman the Long Halloween, but you read the comic along with the audio. You know what I mean? Or like the Watchmen motion comics. You know how they're just reading the comic? It's like if you put that on and then read the book while you were watching it. You know what I mean?
True. Yeah.
So it's kind of like that, which as a kid is kind of cool because you're learning to read, but you get to hear what's going on the pages. My dad told me it makes all the sound effects and all that stuff. So I'm excited to hopefully get a record player and eventually play these records. I could probably find these online, like the audio recordings. Let me see. They're probably available online for the audio recordings. Yeah, it looks like they are. So, but I would love to play these and read a comic with the audio. You know what I mean? Just to see. Just to see what it was like back in the fucking 70s to read these.
Yeah, right.
So that was the last one I had on my list, which is, again, like I said, a really obscure one.
Do you have an honorable mention? I got one.
I do not.
The honorable mention is on a technicality.
Okay.
There has been trade paperbacks, but sparsely.
Okay.
Gen 13. We've never gotten, the original
collection.
I'm not talking about the miniseries. The miniseries that introduced all the characters.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the ongoing, continuing series from, I think it's 95 until, 2002. So,
which I'm curious about because it was under
Image to their move
Wildstorm
to DC. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm confused. I was always confused about, who was it that created was it J. Scott Campbell? No. J. Scott Campbell did.
No, it was Jim Lee.
It was Jim Lee that wrote Gen 13 though and created Gen 13. That's what I can never remember.
Well, he didn't write Gen 13. Brandon Chow.
Oh yes.
His friend.
His boy. Yeah.
His friend that he grew up with. Yeah. He
yes.
was the writer of Gen 13.
Yes. Didn't he also work on Wildcats with him?
Yes, he did.
Yes. Okay. You're right.
He basically wrote just about anything that Jim Lee was creating.
Was doing at the time. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. I was just thinking because I was like, man, what? Like, how does that work? Because if it was under Wildstorm, does anything under that Jim owns now? Which obviously, yeah, because then they were printed in DC. So, yeah, that's so weird that they have it. And the closest we got was like that Wildstorm anniversary, the 20th anniversary book, where we got
that came out about 3 years ago.
Yeah, where we got a story for each Wildstorm character. We got a new Deathblow story, a new Gen 13 story, which was all right, that's cool. You know what I mean? We're getting some cool stuff in there, and then it talked about the history of Wildstorm. So I was like, that's cool. But yeah, man, a Gen 13 one would do numbers for me, I would sell my new house to buy Gen 13.
And like I said, it's a technicality. Like, there have been trade paperbacks, but it's never been completed in full.
Yeah, and I'm still on the hunt for my
It's
Gen 13
never
Grail.
been collected in full.
I'm still on the hunt for my Gen 13 Grail. Gen 13 #1, the Rolling Stones variant cover, the Janet Jackson variant cover,
Oh yeah.
where it's Fairchild with her boobs getting covered, like the Rolling Stones cover. That is such a hard book to find, and it's so expensive when you find it. It's like $150. That is my Grail, and I'm still trying to get my damn hands on it, bro.
I feel like you should get the variant cover 13 where it's I think it's one of the Bone characters on the cover.
Oh, I don't remember that one.
Yeah.
I remember
it's,
they did
variant cover.
the other variant one that's hard to find that I've also wanted is the Pulp Fiction variant cover. Have you seen that one?
Of Gen 13?
Yeah, let me see. It's
I
like
didn't
a
realize that.
it's like a Pulp Fiction homage with a live action freefall. And man, I have been wanting this shit for a while. It's not too expensive. It's like a $20-something book. I just have to get it. But man, it's a cool cover.
The live action covers always throw me off on comic books.
Yeah, and
it's so jarring.
but it's a live action cover of my girl. You know what I mean? You know I love freefall.
Oh, like it's
That's
cool.
my girl.
It's-
As a kid,
wow.
like I was a freefall guy.
I'm looking at League of Comic Geeks. There's actually another #1 like a live action cover.
Oh, is it like with their faces, like
Yes.
squared? Yeah, I've
Yes.
seen that one too. Yeah. Oh, what would that even? I think. Does that even show up here?
There's a
I don't know what to
there's
call
a
it.
Brady Bunch variant cover. That was
Yes,
pretty cool. I like
I've seen that one too. I've seen that one in
Oh.
person, and I've been debating on it, like if I want to grab it or not.
That's pretty cool. I like that one.
Yeah, they had some cool. That's when they did the 13 covers for issue 1 for Gen 13. So
That was the gimmick, of course.
yeah, that was the gimmick. So, but man, oh dude, that's sick. That is a cool Gen 13 cover.
That's-
Holy fuck, dude.
That's a really nice one. Yeah, that's.
They had
that's by
some nice
Simon
ones.
Bisley.
They had the Spider-Man variant cover.
There's,
With
there's
grunge.
There's an Arthur Adams cover. That's amazing.
This is wild. Yeah, dude, they had some. Yeah, that's it right. Oh my god, there it is, man. The Fairchild cover. Oh man, I need
cool
this
cover.
Rolling. That's the one, dude. This is so expensive to buy. This one's like $100 and something to get raw, not graded. Like, oh
That's
my
wild.
god, dude. And I know why, because comic fans are gooners, man. That's why I want it. Like, that's why I want it. Oh, look at this guy in the comments 9 weeks ago. Got it finally. Shut up, Tula. Shut up, Tula. I want this cover. Like, this is a very sought after cover. Yeah, I wonder what it's based. It's definitely based off something.
Oh, you know what it looks like?
Oh, is it Sandman? Someone said it's a Sandman variant.
Yeah. I was gonna say, look at like the branding and like even the font. It looks like a Vertigo book.
Yeah, I think it's supposed to be Sandman. Let me just pull up a cover of Sandman from the 90s. Oh yeah, I think it's yes, it is. It's supposed to be a Sandman
Yeah.
variant. Oh, that's cool. Okay.
It took me a long time to but yeah.
The Gen 13
It
bunch, fucking
is.
free fall smoking or Ziggy. I love it.
I love that one. I
Yeah, this
love
is a
that
cool
one so
cover.
much.
Yeah, they had some cool covers, man. I think it would be a cool goal to
That's
get
the Arthur Adams one.
the babies of the Gen 13
Yeah,
characters.
this
They're all
is-
like
this is
kids.
cool.
It's cool.
It's funny. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Lil Gen
And then you got-
13.
I think that's John Lynch in the back. That's cool.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like the X-Men, the little X-Men that came out around a similar time.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Where is it? Lil X-Men cover. I think that's what it's parodying. Damn, I can't find it. I'll find it and show it to you off stream. But there is one cover where it's like that, and the X-Men are all like chibi kids.
Chibi kids. Yeah.
Yeah, which is like what this one's supposed to be. Which I think it's cool. That's a very cool cover. Fucking, I love like beer belly grunge. Like, it's hilarious. That's what I look like. That's me at a Comic-Con as grunge.
Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah.
That's tonight. That's grunge. Oh man. But yeah, that's those are some trade paperbacks we'd like to see. We had a huge list of them, honestly, and I would buy all of those. To be honest.
It's funny because as I was doing my research, I was like, "Oh, this might be hard."
Yeah. Well, I had like a
This
list in my
might
head.
actually be hard.
I was like, oh yeah, we need like a Mr. Majestic trade paperback. Oh, they have it. I was like, all right, we need a trade paperback of Star Wars Tag and Bink. Oh, they have it. And I'm like, what the fuck?
so that's exactly it. It's like it got to the point where I was like, okay, well, everything that I'm thinking got a trade paperback.
Yeah.
So I actually had to research. I was like, okay, what doesn't have a trade paperback?
That was me. So I went through my personal collection.
Has a trade paperback.
I went through my personal collection at one point. Cause I was like, all right, what isn't like what the hell isn't made? And then I was able to get a list. So
it was really throwing me for a loop.
Well, you know what's really gonna throw you for a loop? This new segment on the show. I can't even say it. All right, take a shot. This new segment on the show we have called This Month in Wizard. It's not new. It's not new. And this time, we're going to be looking at Wizard Magazine, number 89 from January of 1999. All right? There's a lot of nines in this. And this is an interesting one.
If Sinead was in here, he would have said something. I'll leave it at that.
We're going to do something. So this was tough because there were so many topics in this one issue that we could have covered on this episode. And I was like, fuck, man. I need to pin that for next year. Just to tell you, I'm going to forget by next year. Just to let you know what's in this Wizard. It's going to be what we're going to cover right now. But they also had a casting call for Gen 13, like a live action Gen 13. We need to talk about that next time.
Oh, I feel like we've already did that, but maybe I'm misremembering.
So I went back through all of our January ones, and we haven't done it yet. Unless Wizard has done it before. Oh, sorry. Not Gen 13. They had a Battle Chasers casting in this issue.
Didn't we cover that?
Nope. We have not. We haven't even
covered that when
we've never
Battle Chasers?
No, we've never even covered this issue of Wizard ever.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's not that I don't believe you. I'm just trying to jog my memory.
No, we haven't. I can also look back to make sure, but no. But I was stuck between that and then this. But this one, there's a lot of meat on the bones with this one here. And I was like, we've been doing a lot of casting calls, so let's change it up. You know what I mean? So this is something we actually haven't done since our first ever January episode ever. And this is the best of 1998, the year before. All the best things that came out of the year now being recapped in January of 1999. So, the best comic book series, last time we did this was best of 1997. We're going to be looking at what was the best of 1998. The best comic book series of 1998, which I agree, looking back in time, and I think you'll agree too when you see this, is best comic book series went to Robin. This is the Tim Drake Robin series that everyone was reading. Everyone was reading Tim Drake's Robin series. I have Tim Drake Robin books still from my childhood.
Is that Chuck Dixon? Is that Chuck Dixon?
Do they mention it here? I don't think they mention it here, so I'm not too sure.
Because he did the first Robin solo series, right? Chuck Dixon did?
I believe so. I'm trying to see if they mention it here, but they don't. They do talk to Peter David in this.
Okay.
But yeah, no, they don't mention it. It's whatever was going in 90. Yeah, he went from best hero to best comic series. So actually 97, the one that recovered, he was the best hero of the year. And then he went on to have best series of the year after. And just while you look that up, the 1999 comic to keep your eye on is Wildcats.
And 99?
Yep. Taking X-Men writer Scott Lobdell, plus a writing star artist, Travis Charest, with working on Wildcats. So pretty cool. Next year, the best hero of 1998. Actually pretty shocking. I would not have put this person on this list or even thought of them in 1998. And you're going to see a trend in this. I think Marvel paid Wizard magazine finally. I think they finally dropped the fucking a big check for them, because best hero of 1998 goes to Thor. Granted,
Why?
I don't know what Thor series was popping off in
Why?
1998, but if I know just from the art, this is
Was
definitely
it
the John Romita
Dan?
Jr. art.
No. Was it Dan Jurgens was writing Thor for a little while, and that was a good run from what I've heard.
So
I
it
don't
could
know
be
if
that.
was during that time period.
It could be that, but I'm looking and it looks like this art is John Romita Jr. So yeah, and again, they don't mention who was writing at this time.
Okay.
And the hero to keep your eye on in 1999, Daredevil. This is when Kevin Smith was getting ready to write Daredevil, or when he was writing Daredevil, with Joe Quesada
So
and
this is
Jimmy
before
Palmiotti.
Guardian Devil?
Yes,
So
because
this was just before Guardian Devil?
yep, just before it. So that's why he was the hero to keep your eye on for the upcoming year. Best.
That ended up doing Daredevil a lot of good.
It did. So they actually got their guess
A lot
right
of good,
there.
yeah.
But what to keep your eye on. Speaking of keeping your eye on something, the best villain is a person without an eye, and this person's called Her Star. Who, I don't know who this is. Her Star is the name of this character. Her Star. Oh my god, there's a live action of this. What? Oh, he's from Preacher. That's why there's a live action of this character.
Oh,
This is from Preacher.
that's fascinating. Okay.
Yeah, he won Villain of the Year, and the villain to keep your eye on in 1999 goes to Magneto, who will be returning to the screen in the year 2026.
Magneto in 99. Okay. See, I was always under the impression that, like, after, like, 94-ish, that X-Men was, like, kind of on its ass. So that's kind of surprising to me.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think Marvel paid Wizard in this. There's a lot of things that I'm like, what? Next here.
What was even going on in X-Men in 99? I don't think it... I don't know. I really don't know.
Next on this list is the best writer. The best writer goes to Garth Ennis, who you may know from a little series
Sorry,
called
this
Preacher.
isn't 99. This is 98.
Yeah, this is best
This
of
is
98.
98, right?
Yeah, best of 98, going into
That's
99.
98. Okay.
Yeah. So Garth Ennis
Right.
won
So he got it
Best
for
writer.
Preacher.
for Preacher. Yes.
Cool.
Which
It's
understandable.
man.
From what I
everyone's
hear,
gonna, like,
understandable.
Everyone's gonna throw up their hands like, I'm such a big Garth Ennis fan. I've yet to read Preacher.
Yeah, I've never read
Like
Preacher.
I have to read it, but I've yet to. But I need to. I need to get it eventually because everyone says that's his best work.
Hey, extra disrespectful. I've never even watched Preacher. I haven't watched or read Preacher.
Oh, the TV. I have no interest in seeing the TV show, to be honest.
My dad loved it, and he loved the books, and he loved the show. So he also told me he like swore by watching the Sandman show, the Netflix show. He swore by it. He was like, "You need
I've
to
heard.
watch it," and I was like, "You sure?" He's like, "Yes, I love Sandman. You need to watch." I'm like, "All right, brother, I get it. You want me to watch it?"
my comic guy that I go to buy like my trade paperbacks like in town, like he said the same thing. He's like, "Oh, you gotta watch this."
I did
was like,
see
"I've
some scenes on
heard,
YouTube.
Like I've heard it's really good.
I saw some scenes on YouTube where it's like Sin City, where it's like panel to screen perfectly, word for word, which I'm like, oh, that's cool. Best artist of 1998
That
goes
is
to
pretty cool, actually. Yeah,
George Perez. Best artist of 1998. Oh man,
for his Avengers run.
yes. So I saw in
I think he was
person,
doing Avengers, right? Yeah.
bro, this oversized book. It's literally this big, right? It was ginormous at Ollie's, and it was just giant art prints of George Perez art. And I was like, holy shit, I would have bought it, but the pages were like falling out, so I don't even know if it's like complete because the pages were falling out of it. But
Okay.
holy shit, dude. You know, that's my boy right there, a fellow Rican. You know what I mean? Legend. A legend in comics. So I was like,
Absolute legend.
I was like, damn, dude. I almost bought it. By the way, the writer to keep your eye on at this time I'll send that to you here, is none other than Eric Larson, who's still writing to this day, man.
That's interesting, even in '98, because the hype for Savage Dragon had died down by then.
Yeah. I mean, it says here, get ready for Larson Mania in 1999. The Savage Dragon writer takes his twisted approach to storytelling and brings it to such mainstream books as Wolverine, Aquaman, and a new Nova series. So also, he was working on other Marvel titles.
Okay.
Oh, and this looks like the time he started getting a little wacky with Savage Dragon. They said his stories were unpredictable and funny. So this is about the time he started getting a little wacky with it. And
I would argue he was always a little bit wacky, but it got wackier the longer it went on.
after reading issue 1 with you and then reading the current day issues, I'm like, yo.
Oh yeah, it's night and day.
It's like, whoa.
It's a night and day difference.
But I like that it's changed with the times. That's what you gotta do, so you don't get bored making it. Travis Charest was the 1999 artist to keep your eye on.
Not familiar.
Yeah, it looks like at the
Not-
time he
not
was handling
familiar.
the art for Wildcats for the DC
Okay.
Wildstorm launch. So he actually was
Okay.
doing that run we were talking about earlier. So, nice ad there for Coven by Awesome Comics. Shout out Rob Liefeld.
Oh yeah.
Then Best Slugfest goes to Wolverine versus Marrow. And if I'm correct,
Oh, I
This
remembered that
issue-
fight.
this issue may have been released on my birthday. My birth month, sorry. This might have been a March issue. March 98. X-Men number 72. 'Cause I think I own this issue.
You would have been you're 97, so you would have been like 1.
I would have been 1. No, this is a February issue. I was close. I was close. I own issue 73. So, damn, I was close. Fuck. All right. Sometimes I'm good with it. But yeah, so Wolverine Marrow got Best Slugfest, which, shout out to them. Slugfest to keep your eye on is Cable versus Apocalypse, which actually sounds like that goes fucking hard. So,
Well, Marrow at that time was probably more popular than Wolverine was, which is kind of sacrilegious to say.
yeah.
But there was a time period where she was really popping. She was probably the hottest character in the X-Men books.
Dude, in current day, Marrow's nowhere to be seen, but holy shit,
At
Hasbro.
all.
Hasbro put out a Marrow figure of this. It's this Marrow, this exact look and era of Marrow. Bro, sold out in minutes. People still like Marrow. I only know
I
that
really
because
think there's
I
still an
missed the
affection
pre-order.
for her.
I was pissed.
Yeah, I think there's still an affection for her. I really do.
Absolutely. Best moment of the year, though. Best moment of the year goes to Hal Jordan versus Parallax, where Hal Jordan fought himself. I guess that was a great moment. Happened in Green Lantern number doesn't say. Green Lantern 105. I think no, that's when he was that's when he became Parallax. I have that issue. Doesn't say. So yeah. Oh wait, maybe it was 105. I don't know. Maybe I don't. I know I own issue 100. So I don't know. We'll see. 1999's moment to keep your eye on. Wolverine gets his adamantium back. So this is the Dark Ages. This is when Wolverine was Bone Claw Wolverine, brother. Oh, which makes that Marrow fight cooler. Knowing that he had the bone claws.
Yeah, it does.
All right, I see why that one won.
And she's made of. Yeah. Holy shit. Yeah, of course.
All right, that makes that cooler, but
Yeah.
we want that adamantium, baby. Oh, I like the reason why he got it
that
back.
Fight now.
It says, mark your calendars, kiddies, because 1999 will finally see Wolverine get his adamantium back. He has to. It's been more than 5 years since he lost it. And with new Wolverine regular writer and adamantium supporter Eric Larson on board, it's just a matter of time. Here's hoping we get to see Wolvie shine in 99. I like that Eric Larson's like, nah, we bring him back to adamantium. He's like, fuck this bone shit.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Best sleeper book of 1998 goes to Savage Dragon. That won sleeper book of the year.
Okay.
And the sleeper book to keep your eye on is The Invisibles, which they were right about that. That book blew up after this.
They were definitely right about that because that became a hit for Vertigo.
Yeah, that they were absolutely right about that.
If I may say, very surprised that still hasn't been adapted. Very surprised.
We're gonna go through that the best of the best on the left. We're gonna go through that at the end because it's all wizard comedy. So we will go through that at the end. This one made me happy. The best new character of 1998 is none other than the homeboy, the big hoss himself, Calibretto, winning Best New Character of the Year from Battle Chasers.
Oh, that's
our
awesome.
boy. Hell yeah. I loved Calibretto. It was my favorite part of the fucking book. He was cool. He was awesome.
I love all the characters in Battle Chasers.
There's no bad characters in Battle Chasers. There's no bad characters. But Calibretto?
No, not
loved his character. He was the gentle giant. You know, he wanted to take care of her. He wanted to keep her safe, but he would fuck you up. You know what I mean? I liked him. He was cool. 1999's new character to keep your eye on? Who knows? It has a bunch of question marks. And
that feels
finally,
like a cop-out.
I know, right? And finally,
that feels like a really cop-out.
The best publisher of 1998 goes to Marvel Comics.
There's no fucking way. There's no way.
This is when I was like, they paid them off. They paid them off. There's no way.
Not in 98.
Like,
DC was putting out better stuff than they did in 98.
Like, what? So, I was looking through this. This is what they had popping off at the time, right? So, here, we'll read through some of this. In 1998, Marvel rolled the dice and rolled a lucky 7. The past year ushered in sweeping changes, risky ventures, and many projects with a lot to live up to. The initial Heroes Return books, Avengers, Captain America, Fantastic Four, and Iron Man, had to survive beyond the hype of their late 97 launches. Its flagship web-slingers titles were cut in half and relaunched, not to mention given a risky revamp of a classic origin. Unproven talent were handed Daredevil and 3 other books to relaunch and manage, and Thor, the seemingly forgotten final hero to return, took flight with expectations as massive as his hammer. Pause. With 10 tons of pressure and the high hopes of fandom resting on its shoulders, Marvel did something simple, yet amazing. For a company in bankruptcy, it succeeded and excelled. So I'm thinking about this at the time, and I'm like, maybe?
Okay, maybe it makes sense, because now I'm thinking...
Because think about all the cards are stacked against them.
No, well, yeah, but I'm thinking, like, that's also the same year, I think, that they formed Marvel Knights. I think it's the same year that they did it.
And, well, they did. Yes, they did here. Marvel Age. Daredevil and Marvel Knights were but 2 of gambles that paid off from Marvel in 98, as well as MC2, the things that introduced Spider-Girl and Wolverine's first daughter. That's not canon anymore.
Wild Thing, yeah.
Yes, so that introduced all that in 98. And
I've read most of MC2. It's fun for what it is.
And I like that they were like, you know, they had a lot against them. And they took a gamble. They said, fuck it. And it paid off. And that's why they won it. It wasn't expected, which I respect. You know, that's a good reason to have them win. And the 99 Publisher of the Year to keep your eye on, they still said Marvel Comics. They said the stuff coming up, especially with Marvel Knights, they're going to be the company to keep your eye on. So.
I was kind of mad in the beginning, but... well, not mad.
No, I know what you mean.
But now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, okay, fair enough.
So that's why when I saw, I was like, no way.
But they did try a lot. They did put out some good books. So, you know, that's fair. I still think, I don't know, DC probably had more quantity of better books.
Absolutely.
But Marvel took more risk.
Took more risk and paid off for them. So, you know, we respect the hustle. We respect it here on the monthly Dive Into the Longbox. And we will be reviewing next month here on the monthly Dive Into the Longbox. Our next issue, we're going to talk about some comic book soulmates that we're fans of. You know, your Batmans. You can't have Batman without his soulmate, his Joker. You can't have Spider-Man without the Green Goblin, Captain America without Red Skull. We're going to talk about some soulmates next month. And who knows, we may have a little special guest next month that I've been speaking to that has been on this podcast before that may be joining us for that issue. And his name might rhyme with Ambrew. It may be Drew.
Oh, that's actually not who I was thinking of. But that's cool too. I like that.
Drew may be returning to the podcast.
It's like having Drew on.
Yeah, and he's a big fan of like DC books, and he actually wrote some like fan scripts. So I would love to get his take on like some of his favorite comic soulmates and all that, and characters you feel like are synonymous with each other that you can't have one without the other. You know, we'll be talking about that on issue 36. But before we do that, on the one shot this month, our comic of the month will be, oh boy, Martial Law Takes Manhattan. Oh boy. From Epic Comics. So look out for that. This was a random one I picked out, and oh boy, did it pay off, because this is an intriguing read. So look out for that on the one shot, and we'll see you guys then.